Hello there, my beautiful souls. So excited to connect with you guys today. So, I've been in a lot of conversations this past week, and as well as experiencing this last week myself, and it seems to be a common theme. So, I thought I would talk about it here. So, the feeling of overwhelm, like sometimes it can feel super smothering and you just like it compresses. It's almost like a cloud that's like compressing around you and you start to feel anxious and you just like want to just give up on things and just go chill on the couch and watch a Netflix series, right? So, I wanted to talk about overwhelm and what it is, why we get it, and some ways to shift our way out of it. So we've all been in different spaces in our lives at different times when we just felt overwhelmed and you just can't handle anything else and you just want to check out, right? So and I think it doesn't really matter what phase or path you are in life right now, like it can definitely rise up. So why does it rise up? It comes up because we either you have taken on you're a yes person and you say yes to everything, and then before you know it your calendar is filled and you have time for nothing. You're running here and there and everywhere, and holy bananas, you are overwhelmed, right? So there's that scenario. Or maybe you have a really big project that you're going you've taken on, or you have this vision for what you want to create in your business or in your life, and it just gives you this instant sense of overwhelm because you can't figure out all the steps to it, right? Like you see the big picture, but you can't really see the big picture because it's just so hazy and so overwhelming that like you just have to check out. So why does that happen? Well, we give the brain tasks where we want to do something, or we say, okay, we're doing all these things, but it's not designed to just, take in all the information and then sort it out itself. We need to be able to kind of categorize it. So this past week, I started playing with Trello. Some of you are very good at Trello, and I honor you for that. And but I'm loving the way it's set up because I can like categorize different things, and like my brain can like make sense of it. And it's like its own little organizational space, right? And so when and that like cuts down on a lot of the overwhelm. Also saying yes to things until we know and we have created space in order to for those things to be able to fit seamlessly, right? So let's just say that you jumped into a I don't know, a book club or something, and you're like, yes, yes, I'm committing to this. I want to do this. But then you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea where I'm going to fit it into my schedule, right? So, just making sure before you say yes to things that you can accommodate that into your schedule, and that you can make things shift around instead of having piled all these things on that you want to do and that you're choosing to do, and um that are you know in the end causing you to feel overwhelmed because you said yes to so many things. So when we get into that sense of overwhelm, like we almost start beating ourselves up, and that's where the mindset piece comes in, right? Because we start like begrudgingly saying, oh gosh, I'm doing this thing for this person, and I didn't really want to, but I said I would, right? Or maybe you have so many tasks on your plate at home, you're building your business at home, and then you've got the laundry and the dishes and kids and their activities, and groceries and all this stuff, right? Like, I mean, and if you don't have a plan in order to, I guided some of my clients through creating a plan to set themselves up for success, right? So we look at all the things and we're like, oh my God, I just can't handle it, and you just check out, right? So just separating things a little bit and saying, okay, so this task needs to be done, and then kind of break it down, right? Like break it down to the simple. And that's something that my mentor used to do all the time. He always had a calculator with him, and he was always playing with numbers and making big things seem small, right? So breaking it down to the simple. So it's same thing when like you are growing your business and you have this massive goal. Maybe most people, the big number that people are aiming for is like, I'd love to break $1 million this year, right? But when you think about $1 million, like instantly like feel resistance to it, you feel anxiety around it, and you're just like, oh, because you just literally can't see the process between here and there. But when we break it down, break it down, break it down. Okay, so what is a million divided by 12 months? Okay, so then, what would that number divided by, however many weeks, 52 weeks be? Okay, so how much would that be, divided by um, you know, however many days in a week. Like you can break it down, and so that like, okay, these smaller goals, this is what I'm shooting for. This is what my goal is. And then you achieve that smaller goal, and then you take off the next piece, and then the next piece, and then the next piece. And it really helps to just take that sense of overwhelm, that cloud that's like squeezing in on you, and to like disperse it, right? And it gives order because I mean, I think they say that order is God's first law or universe first law, right? Like it's, there is an order to things. And so when we take the time to like create some clarity around what it is that we're doing and what we're going after, and how we're going to, go after these different things, then it takes the overwhelm out. And then you can also, you know, um give some tasks to someone else to do. Find, discover if that's something that you really want to do, if it's really important to you. If there's someone better suited that has, better skills at that, then you can figure all that out as you break down the pieces. So I'm just curious if you have any good tips on what you do for calming the overwhelm in your life. And if this was helpful in any way, I would love some hearts or some um, emojis down below. And I would love to hear your tips, because we are always, looking for ways to be more effective and more efficient with what we're doing, and to cut down the overwhelm and wanting to run away. Also, something that like was woken up to me this week was you have to give yourself breaks. Plan breaks for yourself. Because I was finding that I was feeling overwhelmed. My husband would be like, "What's going on? Why are you feeling overwhelmed?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like I couldn't think of why. And then it was brought up that like I didn't have breaks scheduled into my day for myself, because I love what I do. I love connecting with people. I love playing with my kids, and I wasn't creating the spaces for myself to have some downtime and to just take breaths. And I was like, that's the piece that was missing for me. So maybe it's as simple as just scheduling some breaks into your day and doing some of that self care that is so important. All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful. And let me know if you got value out of this. Give me some hearts, drop your comments down below on what you do in order to calm overwhelm. And if there's, something that's a challenge for you that it just continues to, be swallowed in the overwhelm, then maybe we can hop on a private chat and we can talk about it. All right, have an amazing day, my friends, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Expect abundance.